So I'm making this video on tearing apart this flush mount Yamaha control box because I haven't been able to find anything on YouTube for it. And something's wrong inside the box that it's not shifting my motor. I'm guessing it's this control box because I went to back off my trailer and it felt weird shifting into reverse. And then it shifted into reverse and I couldn't get it out of reverse. So the first step, I believe, is you take this rubber piece off here. And when you push it on this, that's what bypasses the actual shift. So you can just use throttle. This piece you just pull, it's just kind of held in there. There's a screw missing, yes, because I started working on taking this apart and then decided I should take a video of this because I couldn't find anything on YouTube. So I'm going to take that other screw out and then we'll be back. Okay, with those screws out, this is now pretty loose, so I just pull it right off. And the washer that was in there that we saw fell off. So I think I now need to take those 4 screws off. So my original plan was to feed the control box to the back of the boat to work on it, but I was able to push it up here. So I'm going to try to work on it here. I did go underneath, so I crawled in here, feet down in there, head this way on my back, went that way, and I cut a couple zip ties that was holding the throttle control cables up. So that gave it some freedom to move, because I was going to originally pull it back here to work on it, which I still might do. Those are the cables right there. And there's no slack left to pull anymore, so it probably would be easier to pull it back here. Anchor light. That's not a good sign. So in order to pull it back there, there's these, let's see where they're at here on this thing. Okay, there's that black wire right there that runs out. Well, I traced it into this bundle, and it's these 2 brown wires. So I'm going to disconnect them and feed them back so I can have enough slack to pull this to the back, because I think it'll be easier to work on. All right, here she is. Let's open her up and see why she's jacked. Cover's off. Can you see what the problem is? Right there. That just came off of there. I'm gonna put it back on. There's the ring there. And we're good to go. Easy peasy. Suspiciously enough, they have an extra ring clip thing taped inside the control box. So this one's pretty loosey-goosey and bent up on, oh, you don't want to see that. It's pretty loosey-goosey on there, so I'm actually going to take it off and put this spare on there. So I just put it back in there, pushed it back up here. It's laying down here in this access hole, so then I'm just going to reach my hand in there and lift it back up and try to get it aligned and get the screws back on it. So my arm's in there supporting this thing. So there's this piece here, which I think is a friction knob. So you have to, I'll take it out and show you. So that sticks out, so you have to line that up. And then I'm going to rotate it around and get my screw in place. All right, those screws are back in. And they're torqued to proper spec. So next is this handle goes on, and then I'll try to do this. I'm using my phone, so I don't have enough hands. But we put this on there. So that goes on like that. And then this washer will go on with the 2 screws. Okay, those are back on. So in theory, everything should work. In theory. Okay, this does what it's supposed to there. And if we come back here. All right, we'll try that. The old cup holder. Phone holder deal. But we're working. So we're golden. I just need to now put the rest of my boat back together. All the stuff I tore apart. Oh yes, so this piece here, this just pushes in like that. And then this rubber piece, you can try not to have the rubber bent like that, goes over top. And that's so you push that in and then shift forward or backwards, and that just gives you throttle, no gears. And then this black plastic piece here, mind those tabs, or you start up top and then it pushes in. As I was getting ready to button things up, there was one thing I forgot about. That cable we unplugged. I think it's probably the neutral switch override, so you can't start it in gear. Well, yeah, don't forget that. So what I did is I just reached up in here to the back of this control panel, which sits about ish here. Found the cable, brought it up with my hands, and I'm just gonna fish it up there and plug it back in.